Yeah, it's amazing how things have changed now, where we see a lot more support of these guys coming up, and almost having it explained more. And guys like you, who are certainly stepping up and talking to the youth a lot more too, saying, "Hey, it may not all be sunshine and rainbows when you first get in." So I'll apologize on behalf of our generation for giving you that treatment. But it
Yeah.
was there a moment when you finally decided, okay, I'm going to go overseas, and finding the success that you did over there, did it kind of give you the validation of, okay, I do know what I'm doing. It wasn't me. It was just the way the situation was, because you really did do well overseas.
Yeah, the time in North America and in pro in North America, it was never certain. I never got to be on solid ground. I got it for a minute in Long Island, then it got taken away pretty quick. So I never got to be on solid ground and feel comfortable. And for me, once I get comfortable and in my setting and can be myself, I can have success and show my best colors. So, it went short. At the end, Atlanta sold the team to Winnipeg or whatever. The team moved to Winnipeg. And the first thing was, they wanted me on a two-way contract. And I knew that meant I was probably going to be going to the minors and have to climb that ladder again. That's when I went to Europe. I figured I'd go to Europe and just have a good season and try to come back. And then, I did that. I went over to Moto, and I played for Elf Samuelson as the head coach, and Marcus Naslin and Peter Forsberg were the GM and assistant general managers. So, we're in good hands there. Had a really good season. They were very happy with me. And then the lockout kind of smoked any chances of me coming back out. So, that's kind of the short of it. But
Yeah, and listen, I was happy to hear that you weren't avoiding Winnipeg, because there were some people saying, he's avoiding Winnipeg. He didn't want to come play in Winnipeg.
yeah, no, I didn't have a choice. I got punted out.
Yeah. Well, we would have been happy to have you in a Jets jersey, I can tell you that.
Oh, it would have been sick, buddy. That was the one thing being in Atlanta. There was just no atmosphere. Like playing in London, like there's a lot of great players that came through and a lot of great players that I played with. I was a fan favorite here because I could put a show on and help win. So I was excited to come to Winnipeg. But the thing, Dudley brought me to Atlanta. That's when I first heard that they were moving the team, which I hadn't heard anything before. I'd only been there like 3 months, and obviously I'm a pigeon. Like nobody's telling me the inside scoop. I was just like, oh, perfect. I'm going to be in Atlanta. Duds is here. I'm set. And then the first I heard about it was like in June. Andrew Ladd put out a group text. It was like, hey, boys, get your parkas ready. We're going to Winnipeg. And I was like, what the And then I was like, what? Wait, what? And then I started doing math, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not good. Next thing you know, like 3 days later, they fired the whole staff. And I'm like, oh, there goes Dudley. And sure as shit, Kevin Cheveldayoff's first call to my agent was like, hey, can we don't want to get Rob on a two-way, and you be around long enough, like you do fucking math, that means you're going right to the minors. So that was my story there, and that's why I was like, okay, I guess I'll go to Europe. But I would have loved to gone to Winnipeg, man. I would have lit that building up.
Literally reminds me out of that scene out of Slapshot where they're sitting in the diner. We're getting sold. We're getting sold.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Shrimpy just undressing the D man, like Steve Mason still looking for his jockstrap on Long Island.
Stop. That would have been great.
And the crowd at it was MTS Center, then Bell MTS Place in Canada Life, and just erupts.
You would have loved it here, man. You would have loved
Shrimpy, I don't mean to tease you with a good time, but
no, buddy, I would have rocked him in white wheels too. White grass would have been, with those jerseys would have been mint.
Sergei Fedorov style. Oh man, that would have been awesome.
Hey, more hockey content. It's might be old, it might be new, it might be a full episode, it might be a half episode, but you can click these boxes because who doesn't like clicking boxes?